Hello students, we're going to now look at the solution to number 14, part of the full solution or long answer questions in your chapter 8 sample quiz from book 3 of your Math 1026 booklets. This is on page 118 or 119. So let's have a look. A Qatar Airways pilot is told that he's flying 1,200 meters above another plane. If he spots the plane at a 35-degree angle of depression, find the approximate distance between the two planes at that moment. Round your answer to the nearest meter. Now the diagram is already there for you. So we have a 35-degree angle of depression. Now remember, angles of depression and elevation are actually equal, and they're always along the horizontal. People make the mistake of putting the angle of depression here. Alright, that's incorrect. Right? Angles of depression and elevation are always along the horizontal, so this would be the wrong place to put it. So now think of parallel lines, right? That's why this angle down here is also 35 degrees, because these angles are alternate interiors, because this horizontal would be parallel to that one, therefore those angles are equal. So in other words, we can write this, that the angle of elevation is always equal to the angle of depression. They are exactly the same angle, okay, in each of these diagrams. So rather than redraw it, or try to draw another triangle over here, just move your 35-degree angle down to the angle of elevation position, which is right here. Alright, now what distance are we asked to find? What distance are we asked to find? How far are the planes apart? So we're looking for this distance right here. Right? We're looking for that distance right there. How far are they apart? Otherwise it would say, it would have told us that find the horizontal distance between the two planes, which would be this value. Right? But it's not. It's saying how far the planes apart. So we're looking for x right there, which of course is the hypotenuse, isn't it? X is the hypotenuse of this right triangle. Now according to 35, what is 1200? Because we have to use the angle 35, and 1200 according to 35 is the opposite. So you have to make a choice. Which one of the three trig ratios uses opposite and hypotenuse? Okay, and the answer of course to that is sine. We know that the sine of any angle is the ratio of its opposite side to its hypotenuse. That's the one we're going to use. So sine of 35 degrees, always the sine of the angle, equals the opposite, which is 1200, over the hypotenuse, which is x. Now notice that x is on the bottom, or in the denominator, so we have an extra step to do here. Remember, this is over 1, so when you cross multiply, you're going to get x times the sine of 35 equals 1 times 1200, or 1200. Then of course you must divide each side by the sine of 35 to isolate x. So you have divide this side by the sine of 35, divide this side by the sine of 35. Of course that cancels that, so we know x is equal to 1200 divided by the sine of 35 degrees. Over to the calculator, 1200 divided by the sine of 35 degrees. Make sure your calculator's in degrees, which I already did, and I get 2092.136. Now always go back and read your instructions on how to do your answer. See if there's any instructions. If not, your choice to go 1 or 2 decimal places or whatever. But specifically says right here, round your answer to the nearest meter. That means no decimal places. Okay, so how do we do that? We look at our answer here. There's 0.1 behind it, so I can drop all that. So my final answer will be x equals 2092 meters. So the planes are 2090 meters apart. Okay, so there's your final answer.